So guys, welcome back to the channel like always, and today I have a quick review, not a quick review, but I have a review for you today. This right here, it's a smartwatch Do Sports, built in Alexa. I actually received this watch through an email, and to be honest with you, surprisingly, it worked a lot better than I thought it was going to work. The model number is IDW19, and granted, it's not better than the smartwatches such as Apple Watches or Samsung watches or LG or, just the more name brand modern ones, but it should be substantially cheaper when you actually order it. So with that being said, let's talk about it. The features that I actually like and how it actually grew on me. If you're wondering, I was actually using the Samsung watch, an older model, because I went up to the Watch 5 and I'm just like, it's just a watch at the end of the day. And, I don't use all the functionality of watches, more so just text messages, notifications, phone calls, things like that for everyday use. Everything else is kind of like secondary. Short. Hey, calm down, little one. Anyway, this is Kirby. You might have seen her on the channel some time ago, but now she's growing up. Pretty healthy, actually. It's almost time for your shots, little one. Anyway, let's get right into this review and not waste any more time. So when you first open up the box to this watch, just so you know, the watch will be sitting right here like so, and underneath it'll be some paperwork and the charger will be actually underneath. Now it does come with some tags that you can scan, but the application on the back is called the Very Fit app. Just so you guys know, this is not an Apple review. I do not know if the Very Fit app is on the Apple devices. I'm going to be very transparent with it right now. I did not test that. I do not have an iPhone. I have an Android. Matter of fact, Motorola Flip. And a review for this is coming also soon. Anywho, the point is that it's not a bad watch. It's not a bad watch. Battery life was actually pretty good when I first purchased it. I was surprised. I actually went an entire week without charging it. Now, let me add some context to what I just said. What I mean, I went the entire week without charging it, which I'll just, show you guys the watch and flip it around so you can see the quality of the watch itself. What I mean by that is I would go an entire work day, whether I work 12 hours, whether I work 8 hours. I would also use it while at home sitting behind a desk up until about maybe 8 p.m. So we're talking a good, I leave work to work by 7, watch is on at 7 p.m. So about a good, more than 12 hours, definitely. I would say closer to 15 hours or so. I would keep this on each day and it would only lose very minimal percentage, maybe 5 to 10% a day. Sometimes I turn it off a little bit. Hey, come on, Kitty, come on. I'm doing a review. I was going to re-record this part, but it is what it is. So, this is the watch right here. Let me show you guys the charger real fast so you can see that. This is the charger. It doesn't come with any type of tempered glass or case. Girl, come on. Stop it. I need this cord, okay? So this is the cord right here. It actually connects onto the back of the watch. I'm going to show you right now how that actually connects. See this right here? Oh, wrong way. Let me just flip it around so you can see it. That's how it connects magnetically. And then what you'll do is plug it into the wall itself, and then you're good to go in terms of charging. It does charge fairly fast. Like I said before, the battery life is phenomenal, but you do have to understand, like I'm turning it on just now, so I want you to see the features of the watch. I want you to understand that this is not going to be a high-end watch where the swipe is going to be super smooth and you can roll around on the crown of the watch and change options. It's not that type of... Kirby. Here, go over here. Here, play with it over there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click this for you guys. So if you tap the button right here, do apologize. The battery life currently is 79%. The wallpaper that you see right here is actually theme wallpapers that they do have through the application, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. They have a lot of themes on this. At first, I was kind of like, I wanted to put my own picture. I didn't see an option to actually put my own personal picture on it. So unfortunately, I did use this theme, but I did think it's pretty cool. It reminded me of the Big Bang Theory. So if you swipe up, you'll get the notifications right here. And as you keep swiping, I'm going to swipe all the way down. What was that? Dollar General. I gotta pay for my Canva too. You have a little trash can right here, so if you tap that, boom, everything disappears. Notifications are gone. If you swipe down, you have your options right here, such as the water resistant part, which means that this watch actually is in fact water resistant. Now, I will be honest with you, I did get caught in the rain with the watch, but it did get wet. It didn't mess up with any of the functionality whatsoever. It worked just fine. The only problem that I really had was that the swipe isn't really that smooth, as you can see. If you swipe over here, you have your Alexa, which again, I don't use Alexa. Personally, I have Google Homes throughout the entire house. So some people that have an Alexa account like Amazon set up, sure, you can set it up and use it. Personally, I don't do that with smartwatches. And if you swipe to the right, it shows your activity, your BPM. So activity is basically your walking. Now, I did notice that when I used the walking app, it didn't quite calculate my feet in real time. What happened was I had to sign into the application, the VeryFit app, and then it would refresh itself. So it was collecting my footsteps. It was collecting my footsteps, but unfortunately, it didn't do it similar to like a Samsung watch, where every time you open it, or an Apple Watch, it was more accurate to up-to-date steps. I had to click into the application in order for it to recognize the app, and then automatically it was storing that information that it would self-update itself. So kind of be aware of that. Right here, it does have the BPM aspect. It does have other features if you choose to set it up. Unfortunately, this watch is not connected to Bluetooth right now or through the application, because I deleted it so that I can show you guys how to sync it in real time in the next section. So we will be doing that very soon. But outdoor run, where to watch for sleep quality, it has a lot of the features that you guys would definitely like. Music player, if you decide to play back and forth. It has call history, frequent calls, dial pad. So yes, you can. There was a question that someone asked, right, in another video that I saw, because I was as I was setting this up, I was trying to look at, you know what, maybe I can make it a little bit more flashier and more exciting, you know, because my videos are informative, but they don't have that pizzazz that really make people want to click on it. And I was like, nah, I think I'll just keep it the way I normally do it after seeing other people's videos. But as you see right here, these are the features: sleep time, then Alexa. So it's pretty simple. And if you swipe left the other way, all you're doing is left and right is the same thing. You're just going not counterclockwise, backwards over to Alexa, frequency. And if you go back to the main menu, you go to the right. That's all that's honestly there right there. Now, you do have the option to tap this button right here, the crown. And what the crown will do is basically show you all your applications. So you have phone, activity, workout records, heartbeat, blood oxygen, stress, sleep, breath. You know, they'll tell you to get up and do things. The clock itself, weather, cycle tracking, music, camera control, which I don't think anyone's going to use this particular watch for camera control, because once you sync it, again, the software works better with some phones than others. Personally, when I had my OnePlus device, it seemed to be a little bit more responsive, and when I use my Motorola device, not so much. Screen brightness, screen on time. Let me put that on to 20 seconds. I left it on 5 seconds this entire time, and that could be super annoying. You have your display, watch faces. As a matter of fact, you can switch them right here. These are some of the ones that this is the one I downloaded. I believe these were already on here, if I'm correct, but I want to leave this one on. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to settings for you guys. Yeah, display, vibrate, D&D mode right here. Battery level, it tells you the battery level, but the actual wallpaper I have also tells me the battery level, so I kind of leave that alone. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty simplistic to use, if we're being completely honest here. But more importantly, I've basically been talking for 7 minutes. I'm going to show you guys how to actually sync it in real time. Just in case you guys need to know, once you set up your VeryFit app, you will be required to sign into the application. So it's been a while since I did it. I forgot I actually have a YouTube video channel that I was doing, responding. Right here, we're going to swipe up. We're going to go to the VeryFit app. As you can see, this is how it looks on the home screen. I'm pressing add device. It's going to search for it right now. So I'm going to press this and put this on so it can actually see it. There we go, IDW19. That is actually the name of the watch. We did discuss that in the beginning of the video. I had to find that out on my own, because when I first started unboxing this, even though I saw the model number on the back, a lot of times these watches are called something different. So right here, it's going through the pairing process. Now, initially, when you first do set this up, it is going to require you to follow a prompt, which would be like hold the power button and do a couple things, but it's actually going to walk you through that process once you get into the VeryFit app. So don't feel intimidated, you'll be fine. Pair to connect. I'm going to connect the watch, bound it, it's done. See what I'm saying? It's going to ask you to start with the Alexa account. I skipped that because I would never use Alexa personally. And then you have the option to turn on call alerts, music control, message notifications. Now, message notifications is for just all the applications you see down here, like Gmail, YouTube, things like that. Believe it or not, this watch actually gives me applications from other apps too, like Final Fantasy, War of the Visions, and other things like that. Now, how the apps pop up, unfortunately, you can't really click into it and look at what you could click into the application, and you can see what the app has to offer, like in terms of YouTube, a YouTube notification, but you can't click on it and open it from the actual watch. You will have to actually open up your phone, which again, functionality. It's not meant to do that. This is supposed to give you the smartwatch experience without having to pay the smartwatch price, because watches are normally $200, $300 and up and things like that. So once you actually press allow notifications, you're good to go. Everything should in fact work for you. Now, again, let's say complete it. Follow the instructions, just go complete it. All right, and this is the part that I told you right here. When you sign back into the application, again, I'll show you the Very Fit, here we go, where is it? Very Fit app right here is going to show you your steps, your heart rate, amongst other things, and you're able to check it at any time. Once you check it, click into the application so it syncs the data, and then you'll see the most recent data that you have if you set up any of these features. Now, personally, I didn't use the sleep setting because, you know, it's not for me. And now my wife has used it, and she said that, you know, it worked pretty well for her. She wore the watch throughout the entire night, and she didn't feel any pain. Oh, just in case you guys are wondering, the features that I don't check out, I actually had my wife check out to get a second opinion, so you won't just hear just me talking about this and assume you run to the stores or the internet just to buy something based on my opinion. Again, if you're a person that's using an iPhone, I can't tell you if it works for an iPhone. If you're using an Apple Watch or something else, I'm not Apple Watch, I'm sorry. If you're using an Android, it will work. If you're used to OnePlus watches or Samsung watches or Pixel watches, this is not going to outperform any of those watches. It's not even going to outperform a Fitbit. You may say, well, you're talking badly about it. No. You got to understand that this is for a different demographic. This is for a demographic that's looking for watches that's affordable, that does what they need it to do, and that's pretty much it. And in case people are wondering, yes, you can answer the phone from the watch, and it'll give you a little prompt that says, as a matter of fact, let me try to make a quick phone call right here. Let me do phone call, dial pad. Let me hold 1 for my voicemail. 215-303-0641. That's my number. You guys have it now, unfortunately, but it's all good. It's video purposes. All right, so we're just going to do this. I'll change the number later. Oh, actually, this isn't my number. It says it's out of service. Cut it out, kitty. These cats are fighting. All right, let me do it again. 215-306-0641. I'm so glad I dialed the wrong number. So I'm going to press it so you could hear that the watch can, in fact, you can make calls from the watch. Turn the volume up.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
Here.
Please check the number and dial again. S-P-O-K.
Okay, so cats are over here fighting, unfortunately, but I'm going to continue this review. The watch actually works very, very well. That's the section for syncing. Let's go over to the actual application usage. So let's talk about some of the app functionality. So anywho, if you click on exercise right here, this will actually record your exercise, whether it's an outdoor run. You have the options. Let me pull it up here right here so you can see it. Outdoor run, we have indoor run, outdoor walk, hiking, outdoor cycle, yoga. So we're going to go ahead and do outdoor run. I'm going to press start, and it actually records your progress right here as you go, and basically your time and duration and the pace. Now, obviously the pace, you would need to have the watch on your wrist when you do the pace. It'll have your heart rate set up as you're using the watch. So it is a pretty cool feature. And in order to turn it off, normally you would just hit this button right here. You just hold it. Or you have the option, let me show you. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. You hold the button to turn it off, and that little circle goes all the way around. Or if the phone is in your pocket, you could take this one and you can hold it, and boom, turns right off. So that's a pretty cool feature right there. It is some extra steps. I won't lie about that. But again, Most people just want a watch that just works as is, where they take it out of the box, they set it up, and they don't have to worry about it anymore. They don't really feel like charging, things like that. And this does a pretty good job of staying charged. You have My right here, which will be your personal information. You can edit themes. You can do settings, change your settings, AI, customer service. I personally haven't used the customer service because I didn't have a reason to. But you're able to change your password. Remember I told you that you had to set up an email in order to sign into this application. You can modify all that, sign out, and do those things. The settings also has it where it's push notifications. I already have that enabled. You have dark color mode, which, yeah, I want to leave dark color on. That's so much easier on the eyes than what I normally do. Because unfortunately, I had to not resync the app, but I had to delete the information in the app. So when I set it up again, it's almost like a new device. You can see it along with me. You have your home, and like I said, it's just basic instructions. It's not much more to really talk about it. Oh, also for people that were wondering, yes, you can receive text messages on this phone, on this watch. It doesn't allow you to respond in the traditional way where actual full screen pops up and you can start typing letters, but it will notify you on the watch itself. And like I said before, I had watched another video talking about anything that I personally missed when I wanted to start this review. And I will respond to other people's messages on other videos because people were asking, can it do text messages and phone calls and things like that? And it turns out it actually can. And we're talking as early as 10 hours ago, they were asking on someone else's channel. So I'm definitely going to respond to that and kind of help that YouTuber out, even though they didn't help. It just makes life easier for everybody and their credibility shoots up along with mine. Anywho, so far the watch does work very well. I do like it. To be honest with you, like I told you before with the Samsung watch, I actually stopped using this. And for multiple reasons. Obviously, this watch is better overall, but it's bulkier. As you can see, extra thick for no reason. I put a case on it. It's just heavy, and I don't really care for heavy watches. I like thinner, more sleeker watches. But this is much thinner than that Samsung watch, and it fits better on my arm when I put it over clothing and things like that. It's just more convenient for me. And since I've reached the point, I'm 37 years old, I'm not out here trying to be the flashiest person in the world. As long as my phone is decent, which I got a Moto Flip, good enough for me. Paid a couple $100s for it. I like to keep things in a range that's actually affordable. Hopefully you guys do too. So with that being said, let's talk about, is it actually worth purchasing? So to answer the question, does Ian think this watch is worth purchasing? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to give you reasons. The yes is because with all the functions that I showed you in this video, it will make the average person satisfied with the performance of the watch. Now, if you're more so used to mid-tier market Samsung devices, this is for you. If you're into lower-end but Android devices in general, you're going to like this watch because it's going to work just fine, and everything's going to be on the same page. That's why I say it's perfectly fine for the average person. Now, this is here we go. See, as you see, the notification just popped up on my watch, and it pops up just like that. So if I swipe up and tap this, love language are a scam, yada yada yada, it shows you, and then you can just trash it and make the notification go away. Now, like I said before, for the people that are used to higher end watches, I have to be transparent. Excuse me. You're not going to like the watch. Let me tell you why. First off, the functionality for people that use their watch for different functions like changing music and changing songs and things like that, you'll have more customization over your watch with higher end devices, Apple Watches, things like that in the settings. Granted, this does have themes, believe it or not. Like, I forgot to show you that, but I guess I'll show it to you right now before the video ends. This does have themes. See if I can find it. There's the watch. It's been a minute since I used it. Theme skinning. Here we go. So you do have like different themes and things that you can use for this watch, the watch faces. I don't feel like looking for it at the moment. Here we go. Watch market right here. It does have the option to download different watch faces and things like that. Like I told you, which is pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. Some are paid for it, which I'm not paying for these, but others are absolutely free, as you saw right there. And there's many, many more. But the point is that you can personalize it and make it more, well, personal, pretty much. But it just doesn't have that functionality that someone that's using an iPhone or a Galaxy Fold or a OnePlus foldable or a Pixel Fold, or just certain devices that cost so much money, people aren't concerned about monthly costs. Once you reach that realm of quality, something like this feels like it's ancient technology to you. But if you're like me and you just use your phone for texting, for notifications when you're at work, notifications if you're on your scooter so you don't have to pull out your watch, because I'll stop at a light and then just flip my arm around and then look at the watch and I'm like, okay, there's a notification. My wife called, this happened, that happened. Or I'll tap the screen, answer, and then it'll go into my Bluetooth, things like that when I know that my wife called. Like it's useful for everyday average Joe things. But once you start breaking down like personal use and you think you're going to use this watch to replace your Apple Watch in terms of heart rate and all these different things, the accuracy it's not quite there when you compare it to a higher end product. But that could be said for any lower end product. It just doesn't have all the features, or it has the features, but the functionality doesn't just, it's not as instant as it would be for a more higher end product. Though what I will say is, so far it works very well. I will try to put a link for you guys that are more interested in this watch and for you to be able to watch other people's reviews. I want to put a couple links in the description below because there have been some YouTubers that have reviewed this also. And I want you to get a different opinion outside of my video so you can make a more informed decision and not say, oh, that guy just thinks he's getting paid. No, I'm not. I might be able to keep the watch, but not a dollar was received during this review. And again, it's just nice to review things for free because everything I normally review costs money on the channel and I'm not made out of money. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick review and see you in the next one.